Right, the Imprest cash book. Here you post routine expenses, okay, that happen on the farm. Now, like I told you in the first one of the first clips, I said you need to. It's always good for an enterprise like a farm business enterprise. If you really want to get your use of data right, it's always best you try and have a formal accounting system in place, no matter how basic, even if it's a bookkeeping system. Have some paper records that are diligently updated in terms of money that comes in and money that goes out. Now, this interface was developed in conjunction with an experienced chartered accountant who's functioned as an auditor for over 10 years, and it was actually a client. And basically on this end here, this is your cash book, your receipts, your cash book receipts, money that comes in into your Imprest cash book. The Imprest is the money. I don't want to give you a lecture on that. Just you will need to get, I hope you have an accountant. If you don't have, you get somebody who's a friend to help you with that. But you basically, to use this, what happens is you have this amount of money you bring in, and you want to use it to run the farm, maybe for the week, maybe for the month. So the program allows you to choose the month, 1st of July for instance. We say, okay, this is the money we're taking out, maybe for the first week, for the first month, and then it's cash withdrawal, or maybe you took it from sales or some other source. And then what the bank, the application has in the update settings table a place where you can enter the names of your banks. You put the check number. This always helps you with your reconciliation, with your check stubs. Now the amount you took out, you put. So this helps you. This kind of just helps you to track the money you withdrew. Then as you dispense that money, you record it. For instance, you purchase birds, okay? What kind of birds did you purchase? You put them here. And then what date the transaction, the expenditure is taking place. You begin to post that here. Now, how do you get to the other side and be able to see? What happens is you click remove freeze. When you do that, you're able to scroll to the right. You adjust the screen till it gets to the position you want. This is how you want it, and you want to freeze up to here so that the rest can scroll. Then you say restore freeze. What happens now is that you can then scroll to the right, and this aspect, this size of the table will be free. So we've done our withdrawal, and then we now want to indicate how we spend the money over the month. As each day goes by, you post your data. Now let me show you how it works. The first line here, they wrote, the person who made this entry said, let's change that. Let's make it 1st of July, for instance. They said there was offering. I don't know what that means, but whatever it was. Now you see, okay. So there's a mix up here. Or let's just this must be some dummy data. I can't remember whether or not these were real data. I think they were dummy data, yeah. So there was feed purchase and there was point of lay purchase. He posted them on the same line. I think that's why. I'm not sure, but let's just use the expense heads. So point of lay purchase and feed purchase. If you highlight these two, you can see at the bottom here. It shows. Okay, you don't see it, but it adds up to what you're seeing here. Oh well, short of this actually. There must be some other entry, and this is an interesting way to check. If you just press the, well, let me just keep going so you don't let me confuse you. There it is. This is what's making the difference. So if I highlight that and I come backwards, I press the shift key and I press the arrow key to the left to highlight the other two, you can see I found that in the bottom I get 556,716. So I know that this is correct. Anyway, the point I'm making is you post your updates into this table daily. You look at the date, you put in the date, the particulars will be what is on the, or what we call a petty cash voucher. Okay, usually they issue that. The petty cash vouchers you use should enable you to issue money for people for a certain purpose, and then they'll retire it when they come back. So you put the petty cash voucher number here. Okay, then you can't type in here. Look, it says it's protected, the yellow cell. You actually type in here, and as you type in here into these columns, the appropriate column, if it's miscellaneous, if it's labor you're paying for, whatever you're paying for, whatever you are buying, you post it under the appropriate column. Okay, drugs, phone, stationaries, whatever, toiletries, bank charges, petty cash, assets, schools, net fuel for generator. Once you post, watch this figure, 3,400. Watch as I post here. You see it's changed. So what the application does is on this line, every entry you made is added up and brought on here. That will now be the total under which this will be reported. Once you finish all of this, the next place for you to go is your income and expense summary table. So basically you keep going like this, posting your entries on a daily basis based on your petty cash voucher entry. That's why I said you need to have a formal, if just a simple bookkeeping system that allows you to use a petty cash system with the Imprest to track money coming in and going out of your business. Okay, once you have that, you'll be able to make entries into this section of the application that will allow you to track all the money going in and coming out in form of income and expense, and then it will enable you to generate a report. I'll click remove freeze now to go back to the other side and scroll to the left. You'll be able to generate a report. I want to go to the main menu. Of course, another way to go to the main menu, maybe I should just close this form and quickly show you, is wherever you are on the spreadsheet, just press enter. Anywhere you are in the application, press the enter key. It will give you this prompt. You click yes, and it will load the main menu navigation interface. Okay, and so then have you made entries into the cash book like this? The next thing we have to do is now go and generate the income and expense summary report, which will also feature our sales and purchases. Okay, we have our expenses, we have our purchases of feed, and we have our sales of product. Okay, we're going to look at all of that in another report in the next video.